Okay, let's try that again. Summer School, Episode 2, Top Lane. Top Lane number 2, Summer School, Episode 10. Yes. Top Lane, yes. So, why do we want to... What do we need to improve on in Top Lane? Top Lane, the bullet points I would say to focus on are farming, first and foremost, especially in the first 15 minutes or so before your tower goes down. Farming muy importante. But I say that with most lanes, but then again it's also true with most lanes. Picking a champion that has sustain and that leaves you options is also really important, and then also picking somebody that's going to impact the team fights. Well, actually there's two options. You can pick someone who can impact team fights really effectively, or you can pick someone who can split push like a god and is impossible to catch. As long as you can win your lane, win the trades versus the person you're laning against, you can really impact a game pretty effectively with split pushing. I'm not going to cover that today, but it is important to mention. That absolutely is an option, to completely and totally crush the lane, push it hard, constantly draw pressure from other lanes, force multiple people to deal with you, as opposed to just like if you can win. I mean, Tryndamere is a good example, or Udyr, who can win 2-on-1s, especially against, you know, like if it's a support or someone squishy coming to help that they catch out. Anyways, I don't want to get too off topic. So I initially was just going to do one of my videos today, but one of my games, but I'm going to cover one where I jungled and there was a top lane riven. This riven used to be in Diamond, no longer is, and I can explain a couple reasons why. There was a bunch of things that she did really well. There's no arguing that, and I'm gonna illustrate that to start with. And then things go really badly really quickly, and it was pretty evident to me that she just didn't have any experience with... Well, she hadn't changed anything from what she was doing 6 months ago. And 6 months ago, I can totally see how this riven would have been in Diamond. The way the meta was in place, A, riven was stronger, B, people had less experience with her. She was really popular for a really long time. A lot of people are used to dealing with rivens now. You get less gold these days than you used to then. You get more money more quickly, and also with the fact that riven did more damage, everything just scaled harder. So also riven only being being such a strong early game champion would give you a false impression about what you can get accomplished in the game. And if this is a really good example of someone who's never made any changes after sort of establishing themselves in top lane with this champion. I'm even tempted to lol king her right now and just go and see how many games she's. I would be really surprised if there was anything but Riven and Lee Sin played top lane, and a whole lot of top lane. Anyways, the game is up, so let's look at that. Game. Should be there now. Sweet. Okay. So this riven laned exceptionally well. She trades really well. She would engage really well. Very little hesitation. Farming was spot on. Was clearly well versed at dealing with the Jace. Where she fell off was more the decision making she made. So after maybe the 10-15 minute mark or so. After reviewing this game, this was cute. Here's a quick tutorial. I'm the Volibear on how to sort of position properly for a team fight. Because we're all level 1 here, right? Like, I'm not fed, no one's fed. There's no one I specifically have to worry about, so it's a real base sort of entry level spot. I want to stay on the fringe of combat. I don't want to get too close to any one person, and I want to focus any potentially caught out targets. And I'll constantly switch. Like, once Jaina hits this point, I can't get closer to Diver at that stage. So it's time to switch to I think the Moon comes back. Oh no, Morgana landed 3 or 4 money binds in a row. That was half of what got these kills. It was a 4-on-5 too. Jace came down from top. Anyways, so moving right along. Initially, I thought riven was playing stupid. I remember after she had 3 deaths, I told her that you really need to ward more effectively, because I don't have an eagle eye in the lane at the time. After reviewing it, really she just got outplayed by the enemy team. I don't see many options that she had, and a lot of the decisions I totally agree with and can't really fault. She dies here, but we get the kill. And then I do something stupid trying to make a play on a move. I don't even know if it was a play, I was just being stupid because I'm a fucking bear, and that's how I play the bear. Overly aggressive. I am bear. Better eat things. Yeah, I bite him way too early to even get a... I mean, I'm essentially just bruising, and I think I can back off safely, but red buff plus minion damage. I mean, the minion wave was too big there for me to be trying that. I was kind of hoping... I always kind of want to play for a bait there, but I'm pretty sure my passive was blown from that early shenanigans, so... Didn't take any of that shit into consideration. That's me not making adjustments to my game based on the scenarios that I'm in. That's the kind of stuff that, you know, I haven't been in too many level 1 gank scenarios where my passive gets blown. To be fair with Volibear. So, back to, let's watch how well she trades and engages. I mean, this Jace, I remember every time I glanced top, he was pretty low. I ended up helping out mid a lot with Lux. I mean, this battle was also a back and forth as Lux was making plays. Anyways. So, here's Riven making a beautiful little engagement. Does some damage, backs off. Doesn't really let Jace get much in on his own. Beautiful. Perfect. Dodges the acceleration gate. And I do think that was a dodge. Also good. Blew the shield there for no real reason, but that's fine. Riven doesn't have any mana, so what the fuck does it matter, right? Yeah. Took that in the face. Tried to dodge it. They're gonna land some. Again, everything's going well. Landing last hits. Moving around really well, not giving Jace any free shots. Moving right along. Moving right along beautifully. Everything's still going according to plan. This is how this Riven's played this lane probably 50 times, and it's always I mean, again, playing really well, farming really well. Missed one there, but whatever. Actually, I don't even think she did. 29. The replay thing stacks the gold, I guess. Maybe, whatever. So where do things go so fucking horribly wrong? It's right around here. It's right when she gets level 6. Mumu comes around for gank after seeing that I'm holding mid against this stupid Lux. It's annihilating our fish. Comes through Tribush, which Riven doesn't have warded, which I don't blame her for either. I mean, I usually just drop the one ward there. That generally does keep you fairly safe. It's a long extra sort of route for the jungler to take, and they don't generally take it too much to go through Tri. But he does. And as opposed to running, she chooses to try and kill the Jace. Jace flashed. I remember seeing this and commenting to her that it was a nice flash. She didn't think so. Blew my mind. Still didn't even die from all that. Actually died to Lux's ult. I'm going to back up and watch that again. I didn't see the first time either. Wish you could back up. Whatever. I want to fast forward again, but I'll just end up skipping ahead of it, so we'll let it naturally happen. Maybe I'll slow the game speed down while we're going over this again. Like, again, I can't fault this. Like, she could have. Right here, you can turn triple Q to Bush, E, run away from Mumu, dodge the bandage toss. You've got the minions to run into. Probably could have gotten out. Still can't really blame her for going for this. Like, look how close that was. She didn't want to give the Jace credit for the flash too. That blew my fucking mind. And then after all that, still alive, gets finished off by the fucking Lux coming up from mid. So, like, all of that sucks for her. Okay. Can't really fault her for any of those decisions. I'm surprised she didn't get the kill. Nice flash by Jace. Moving on. So, what does she do to... giving away what happens next. What does she do to counter this? Rewards the Bush that he didn't come through, which, again, I don't fault. If he's going to keep running that route up through Tri-Bush, like, that's kind of my job as jungler to maybe head him off right here, if it's a constant issue. And then little cocksucking Mumu comes up through, lane gets pushed. Mumu makes a great little decision. Look at this. Patiently waiting. Oh! So this is the second death. Where'd she get away? Maybe I didn't see this last time I watched it. No, she gets dove. And then finished off by Lux yet again. Okay, yeah, that is what I remember happening. So again, not really much she could have done about that. She could have been a little more passive against Jace, but she was winning in trades before that. She's still trading fairly effectively with him then, so I can't fault her for it. Like, the next game I'm going to show where I was up against the Xin Zhao, I died once, and that was it. That was the end of me being able to really trade with him effectively. I kind of got to passively back off and farm at that stage. I don't think she was at that stage at that point. Still being able to pressure the lane and prevent Jace from farming is a good thing. So still here, none of this is Riven's fault. Still making pretty good decisions. And it transitions pretty horribly pretty soon. And what she should have done was given up on the lane, frankly. With the amount of pressure that is being pulled top lane from Mumu and Lux, it's not helping the team, and she's just giving free gold away. She's not really able to farm effectively. And she should have basically started roaming with the team and tried to help out there. That is the sum of the point that I'm basically going to make. But I just thought that A, she laned really well, and B, a lot of these ganks weren't her fault. And like, you're gonna be in spots like that where the enemy team's making plays on you, and your deaths aren't your fault. If your team's giving you grief about it, I mean, try and recognize it when you're fucking up, but like, getting grief in the middle of games is never going to help you. Like, hit the ignore button and do it religiously and frequently. I mean, you're not here to be buddies with these guys. I mean, you're like what Stanley Hudson said it best. We don't have to like each other. We just have to work together. That was the worst Stanley Hudson impression ever. And then look, Mumu again making another brilliant gank. I'm getting a red buff because I mean I'm behind and I don't know. I'm the worst fucking jungler ever. Let's not focus on the mistakes I made. It's all Riven's fault. Mumu makes another brilliant little bandage toss, and that laser didn't matter, but still kind of funny that it would have happened. I mean, I'm trying to help at this stage, but I mean, I had no sight that was coming. Plus, Riven still being. This is the stage where I would have been not getting in Jace's face. The amount of pressure that's being dropped top, especially with the fact that there's zero sight in the river. This is when I'd be backing off. I'd be hovering around here, waiting for the lane to push, wait for give up the farm, give up the 50 gold that you're going to miss, a little bit of experience. It's not going to be the end of the world. You dying under the turret or dying again, like that is really bad at this stage. Jace is just going to keep snowballing after this. I mean, now you really can't fight Jace as Riven. You can't one-on-one him. So now you can't push the lane. You can't really farm safely. You can't drop pressure because you can't even fight the person that you're fighting against, so no one else really has to come help him unless he fucks up. Now this is a really bad spot that Riven's in. I try to help with a couple other ganks later on in the game, but her decision at this stage is to just keep doing what she's always done, which is push the shit out of the lane, duel the laner, and be a Riven god and run in and nuke people. But the issue is that she fed. She doesn't have the gold that she normally would from... I'm going to stop using my stupid fucking hand for stupid fucking numbers. She doesn't have the money that she usually would from all the games, the 200 other games with Riven that she's played that got her to Diamond. She doesn't have the money, she doesn't do the damage that she used to, but she isn't making any adjustments to what she's doing, so it's going to keep costing her. Little nice bed. I tried to bait him into throwing. Like, I eventually have to run down this path, and that's the easiest trajectory to land. He just waits for it. It was a good boo-boo. She doesn't do the damage that she needs to be able to do, so the plays that she's making don't work out. And again, like they probably did in the past, and they probably did like 80% of the time. So she's thinking that it's the rest of the team. I mean, the things she was saying in chat kind of blew my mind. I mean, I stopped reading and ignored her after a while because I had to try and focus. I mean, I basically told the team, let's try and take advantage of the fact that she's pushing top all the time and maybe pressure and give her the opportunity to get some towers. And it kind of worked out, but we still lost. Shit. I really need to finish that point on Riven not making changes to her game. Because she was diamond. I mean, I don't think I showed her the loading screen, but she had the diamond border, and I'm in plat 5. So like, what the fuck is she doing here? Obviously, she's got a massive hole in her game that she needs to fix. And I mean, like, initially I was happy when I saw Platinum Riven. Like, thank God, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna carry the fucking team. But no, that's not what happened. I mean, I don't know if she was smurfing with somebody, maybe with the fizz. But Jesus Christ, man. Like, no more warding. Oh, hey, look at that kill. Still trading with Jace. Nice to see that I'm wrong. Let's assume that Jace made a mistake and that's how she won that fight. We'll just assume that. I'm not gonna bother rewind and watch. Totally would have worked back in the day. Would have worked if she hadn't fed. Would have worked if she had the farm from not dying so much. But if she had just ran away, or even had wards up, like, that wouldn't have been... I mean, like, resetting yourself in that spot's almost worse. It's like going 0-6. I mean, those last 3 deaths, it's like 180 gold, and then like 100 something. I mean, it gets, like, the 6th death is not even 100. Don't quote me on that. It's around there. And resetting herself now, she's just going to be giving even, like, way more money out, like, especially if there's assists involved. She should have been way more worried about giving up a death after that. But I guess that's, just a numbers thing. I shouldn't really focus too much on that point. I feel like the points I'm making on this are winding down, so maybe I'll move on to the next game where I didn't do what this Riven did, and it worked out brilliantly. I did it on Yorick. Like, Yorick isn't anything special. It's another point I can definitely make, is you don't have to play the meta champs. As long as you have someone tanky that can, here I go with the fucking fingers thing again, someone who's tanky who can contribute to a team fight with CC, or they can initiate really heavily, or even like single target, like heavy single target damage, and you have sustain, that's pretty much enough for a top laner. And if you want to practice with positioning and well, at the very least positioning. I can't think of another point at the moment. Playing top laners that don't have gap closers are going to teach you a lot of good habits. Just the simple fact that you don't have that easy escape button. Like Fizz, for example, you can develop a lot of fucking bad habits on a Fizz. Just the simple fact that you've got so many escapes. The second you try and transition to a champion that doesn't have that, you're going to find yourself putting yourself in bad spots repeatedly that you're used to being able to just hop on your staff and walk away from. That being said, you also don't see a lot of good Fizzes that only play Fizz, if I had to guess. That is a blanket statement that I'm completely assuming on. But just because you have to know the timings on a lot of champions' abilities, so you can dodge effectively. Or at least have good reaction times to dodge effectively. One of the two. Yeah. I'm a bear. Look at me, I'm a bear. So Riven basically farms, doesn't ward anything, and pushes this lane like an idiot for the rest of the game. I mean, she's at 1-7 and it just keeps getting worse. 1-9. 1-9. I mean, like, avoided the team almost out of habit at this stage. We've got a couple kills, 3-10. But you look, I mean, I can focus to any point in this game, and look, Riven's top lane, or farming my fucking golems. Or running to top lane. Like, literally zero impact in the game beyond what she's doing up here. And that's giving money to the enemy team to do more fucking damage to us. So anyways, we'll end my point with that. We get shit on and lose, and it sucked. Next game. So this one I ran with, oh god, which one was it? I think I remember. Do I remember? There's a Moakai in it, that makes it easy to find. Moakai. No. This game was fun, just the simple fact that, oh, you can't see. I kind of want to show this one just because ulting a Fed Yi was awesome, and awesome things happened as Yorick. And also had me thinking about a Aura Yorick. Just because you always kind of want to be sitting with the team, like sitting in the sort of pocket with the team. You're always around them, like you're not diving to their team, initiating really heavily. You're always near people. So auras on Yorick could, I mean, essentially just if your team doesn't have the Ionios, the locket. If your support didn't buy that, and you have like an AD mid or an AD jungle, I think there's a lot to be said for getting a the fuck's it called, Zeke's Herald, and running like an Aura Yorick. But that's just something I want to play with in Team Builder and see how well it works out. I think Zeke's Herald is wildly underutilized, especially with how prevalent AD mids are becoming. We even have like full AD teams sometimes, and I won't see, at least in solo queue, I won't see Zeke's Herald purchased on anyone. Just mind blowing, like 20 AD and 10% lifesteal, like that's huge to get for free. Anyways, so what happens in this game is I die to, well, a gank from Moakai gets turned around, goes badly, call it whatever you want. The Xin Zhao? Fuck's his name? How did I forget this? Zin. I call him Zin so often I forgot his fucking name. Zin gets double buffs. I make a stupid decision. I try to trade with him. I don't try to kill him, I just try and trade with him while sort of grabbing farm. He kills me, and then I have to completely adjust my play from what I was doing before. If I continue trying to engage with a Zin that has kills up on me, I mean even when we're even, it's a bad spot to be him straight up engaging on me when we're both full health. Like, it's my job to basically harass him down, and then sort of pick a moment where he's low and then try and kill him. Also, one reason I like Yorick is just because you learn to trade with champions. He's not ever bursting someone from 100 to 0 unless they're a squishy and you're fed. So you learn the importance and the value of trading effectively. And I don't think it's important to try and focus on anything beyond farming and trading effectively for a long time in this game, until you really have your bearings with all the champions that you're fighting, and how much damage you can do at certain points in your build, and like what items you need at certain stages of the game. It's fun for the first 15 or 20 minutes of the game, and it gives you a solid core to expand on. You will get better just focusing on those two things while you're in the lane. Anyways, you can totally tunnel vision, fuck the jungle, don't even worry about warding. Like, just focus on laning, dropping your abilities, with managing your mana. Yeah. And then just slowly start adding things. Like, for the longest time, all I really did was focus on farming and trading effectively, or even just being a lane bully, experimenting. I mean, I just fucked around in the lane. I mean, that was probably my first 1,000 games, and I was a super casual. I mean, I hadn't even played MOBAs before. I never played Dota. When I played Warcraft 3, I just played Warcraft 3. Played a lot of Footman Frenzy. Footman Frenzy was badass, but yeah, didn't play so much competitively. I wasn't interested. I like the farm, I like buying the items, I like trading with the champions. I played a lot of Diablo and action RPGs, and there wasn't much PvP in those, and when it was so wildly overpowered for one side that it wasn't fun. So the attraction of just trading and lane with somebody was enough. One thing this Mokai could have definitely done better was time his ganks. Like, you notice, this is kind of the sign of a bad jungle. I'll just back up and show this. Doesn't give me any indication that he's coming in to gank. And the higher you go, the more pings you see. Look, I don't want to say ping everything, because I've got a lot of buddies in silver that ping all the time. Like, they ping me to back when I know that it's a safe spot, and then I see, like a red ping somewhere or a yellow ping, and I think that they saw a champion on the minimap that I just didn't. So anyways, Mokai, he just runs straight out. Just run straight out. Back, back. Okay, I can't actually reverse. It's A. Back, 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 back. Back, 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 back. Tucked through the point I wanted to make yet again. So no indication that... Whose ping was that? Maybe he did ping. I was just blind. Just run straight out. And it was kind of a good spot. I don't know if his bind was shorter than it used to be, or... Was that the max? I can't. It doesn't show me the ranges. Okay. I thought the bind was a lot longer range. I'm used to junglers not running straight in. I tried to coordinate it with him, but don't, like, you always kind of want to wait for the perfect spot and make sure that the laner you're coordinating with knows that you're there. Because I mean, again, I'm still not perfect in lane. I'll tunnel vision sometimes and miss that the gank's coming. It's my opinion that we should have kept moving sort of in this general direction and then refocused onto... I want to break this down, almost for my own benefit. Because what I thought we should have done here, slow it way down. We've caught Fiora, which is awesome. We do a good amount of damage to Fiora. This is like in that bottom lane engagement as Volibear, where you want to always position, like reposition, refocus. Very important for team fights and a hard habit to develop. We're beating down Fiora, dashes to me, flashes away, I think, yes. Refocusing here onto Xin is the best way to go. And you see I turn to try and... He wants to get the kill. So he refocuses to Fiora when he's got no health and one ability on active. And dies. I flash to Fiora to try and salvage this gong show, and I've got no cooldowns left. I have to back off. Like there's no options. I could just keep auto attacking her, but that's the end of the fight. I'm pretty sure that refocusing onto Xin, moving backwards down towards Lux and Annie, whoever was on our team, I think that was the right move. Like if they end up forcing them back, fine. But definitely diving onto Fi. Maybe if I'd flashed after him, it would have worked out better, but I mean, I don't think so. I was basing a lot of that on my cooldowns available at the time, too. I know I used one on Zen. I could back up again, but fuck it. I do believe that was the correct decision. So, I come back to lane. Come back to lane. Did I already die? Where's Yorick deaths? No, I have not died yet. Come back to lane. I start trading with him. Where the hell? I know he killed me when he had double buffs. I'm pretty sure he killed me when he had double buffs. It's right around here. And I'm not trying. I have no interest at this stage in engaging with them anymore. Well, I mean, all I ever really want to do with Yorick is harass anyways until they're weak, and then let my jungler gank or go in for the kill myself. It looks like it's safe. I just want to harass. Okay, well, it's after he got double buffs. And I think it's still okay. I'm clearly wrong. Have I already died? Did I skip over it? I did! Oh my god. No. No. I'm dead there. I'm not... I should have marked this in the game. Okay, he's got... Okay. It's right here. Nothing but professionalism here at the Summoner School. But what you get what you pay for, right? So Xin is pushing lane. Back to what I was saying before. I have no interest in engaging, especially when he's got double buffs. I'm a level behind. He flashes in and shits on my face. Yay! Doesn't kill me there. I really should have gone back at this stage. Way too low. Re-engage. I'm an idiot. He kills me. Or did he not flash it? He just uses three talent strike? I think that's what it's called. Okay. So I'm an idiot, blah, 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 blah. I die. I'm an idiot, I called everything wrong, I die. So what do I do at this stage? I now don't really even want to harass him. I can't, really. If I can kind of peel him off of the minions to try and jump on me, great. But that's a deadly line that I'm walking, because once he's kind of on top of me, like, I'm fucked. It's like, Zin isn't harassing me, he is going to dive on my nuts and annihilate me in one go. Like you saw where he did it once, and then I kind of backed off, and he backed off. Like, that was the right way to go. You do your damage, you blow your cooldowns, you don't continue chasing for the kill. That is kind of just what you do in lane. You focus on the farm, you do the damage you can, as much as you can, to the enemy champion while trying to take as little. And then you sort of work towards them getting low and then getting the kill. You don't want to play too many champions that only have options to all-in nuke people. They do scale harder, but it's for reasons, because they have... I mean, if they fuck up the first time, he makes that initial first bad engagement, they are completely screwed. Not completely screwed, but their options are far more restricted. Once you really know what you're doing, you can start playing champions like that, and they are a lot of fun. And I do pick up, you know, I'll hop into a game with Zin or you know, most of I play top. It's a bruiser, Mundo. Mundo's fun. Mundo doesn't trade well. He is largely a passive farmer to start the game versus a lot of people, which kind of makes him boring. I like being able to pressure. I mean, it's definitely... one thing I wanted to cover is... this isn't the LCS. You're playing against just regular whatever people. Things are going to work here that don't in LCS. All over the place. And they may work because they're good, and they may work just because people aren't responding properly to them. And, I mean, A, doing stuff like that's fun, and B, it's going to teach you things. As long as you can recognize them. I mean, like, you can put in 2,000 games against silvers and think that you've got this game completely and totally figured out, and you do against silvers. Once you even hit, like I can tell you there's a definite difference in aggression and champion pools and in platinum compared to when I'm in silver. Even just like when people start, it's a lot easier to get people to start team fighting properly in platinum than it is. Well, I mean, once I play team builder all the time, and I get paired with platinum, with silvers and unranks and golds, and in those games it's almost like just sheep wandering for farm. It's really frustrating. Like they're and I can tell that they've never really looked to team fight. They sit in lane the entire game and they farm, and then when they die they walk back into the lane and then they keep farming. And like you do that to a certain extent, and it's not an easy thing to recognize when you're supposed to leave the lane and start team fighting. It really isn't. There's a couple things that factor in. One would be the tower, whether or not it's there. That's really important. Whether or not you can fight the person you're up against. If you can duel them effectively, you can still stay in the lane and push it. The amount of sight you have in the map, you notice I pretty much keep these bushes warded throughout the entirety of the time I'm in the lane. If they're not there, I'm really skittish about engaging. And that's just a safety thing. It's a good habit to develop, and it will save you from stupid deaths and keep you from getting frustrated. Shit, where was I going with all this? Points to make, things to teach, words to say. I'm a level up on Zen. I've got a minion wave here, so this is semi-safe to at least harass him with. I've got lots of sight. I can see their middle. I don't know why people say playing Yorick's no fun. Crushing and pressuring lanes is awesome. Also, his ultimate gives you a lot of utility for pushing that doesn't normally exist. Also, if you have a Yi, he's amazing. If your ADC is solid, he's amazing. With the evolution of the hyper carries, his ultimate is really strong once you hit late game. Because I think it's 80% at max level. Might be 100. I don't think it's 100 though. I'm pretty sure it's not 100. percent of the ADC's damage. I thought I could help here, and with mid or with a dragon, but Zen just keeps pushing the lane. I have to teleport back and save the tower. Saving tower muy importante. Getting dragon also, but dragon will respawn. My tower won't. My team decides to take dragon at this stage. I wish them all the luck in the world, but I can't help. Fortunately, Zen can't, because I mean, like, was that the right decision for me to make? I don't think so. I think that was a mistake. Should have just stayed in the lane, kept pushing, and left the option to teleport down to dragon. But I mean, I don't play top all the time. I don't use teleport that often either. Only on Yorick, only when I'm playing top. I'm still actually pretty bad at using it for anything beyond getting back to lane and maintaining the tower and keeping the farm. But that's fine. I keep looking for spots to teleport into to make like an effective team engagement. I would kill for you know, an LCS team with headsets on screaming, "Telly now! Telly now!" Like, my god. Because I never seem to choose the right spot. I mean, I try to, but... Anyways. It's mostly that I don't look for them that often. Yeah. Like right now, I'm purchasing items, checking the farm in the lane, making sure the tower's still going to be safe by the time I walk back, hoping it's going to be safe. I need a better, like, that's one thing I need to work on, is staring more at the minimap and looking for opportunities to telegank. But for the moment, I'll use it to get back to tower, and then it'll be on cooldown for when I finally do see that moment. It's probably what's going to end up happening. Like another 20 times in a row until I finally think of it in the middle of the game. It's really hard to break habits, I've found, once you've established them. Doop-a-doop-doop-a-doo. Doop-a-doo. Farm lane, save the tower, not dying to Zen. I'm going to transition. I should actually fast forward. This is getting boring. Transition to a lot more. I basically, unless I can god mode the lane. Did I die there? How did I die there? I get ganked? Was it just stupid? It's probably stupid. Yeah, I'm not the greatest top laner in the world. Largely just hold it. Did I try and stop him from taking tower? Whatever. Let's watch me die. I don't know how much I had to drink at this point in the game. It's quite possible. That's how I blow away my ranked anxiety. It's not healthy, but it works. Oh, I remember this. I just got Ninja Tabby. I'd finished Manamune. I had health from my Kindle Gem. He didn't have a shit ton of mana, and I thought that there was a chance that... Oh, I didn't die. Look at me. I thought there was a chance that I might be able to duel him. I was horribly wrong. He scales... I'm pretty sure Zen scales harder into mid and late game than Yorick does. I mean, I'm supposed to win and bully the lane early, so... That would make sense. And yeah, this is me experimenting right in the middle of a ranked game. I'm not opposed to doing that. I mean, you gotta learn somehow, right? Might have even worked if I stuck around, but I don't think so. I could go back and look at my cooldowns and see if they were, you know, I just panicked and ran early, because I do that sometimes. I'm not infallible. But. So, now that the tower's down, this is definitely when I'm going to start team fighting. I will be very surprised if I run back top and start farming again. Push this wave out, teleport back, go join team. I would say this is definitely the point in the game where it's a lot around 20 minutes. The 20-minute mark is sort of a good indicator. You can just say, now is the time to team fight. I've gotten all the farm from lane that I'm really going to. The farm you get at that stage is more, you go back, you push your lane back to keep it alive, you push a lane to pressure it to draw the team, the enemy team away from something, or you know, you were pressuring a lane. enemy team shows up, starts pressuring top lane, for example, you're alone down here, this tower's up, definitely go for the tower. Absolutely. If you have to teleport back and then walk to the lane, or cross the map, or even cross an entire lane, and you're close to a tower, you're almost always better off going for the tower, as long as you're going to either kill it or do a significant amount of damage. Yeah. That was a good point. I did good there. Pressuring lane. Get teleported bottom here. Overextended somewhat, hoping something magical would happen. And something did. I think Fiora was hiding in this bush here. Where's the teleport? Where am I? I think it's onto this ward. This is one of my few good teleports in the game. Should have been earlier. Maybe it wasn't up yet. Where the hell am I? Right there. Oh. Oh, there I am. Yay. Oh, I went to the tower. Lower cooldowns. Yes. Poor decision. Definitely. Definitely should have teleported to that ward. Is that ours? To be fair, it is ours. Definitely should have teleported to that ward. Moving on. Find a V or a Fiora in the bush. Show no fear. Jump right on her. So I know my team's around. I know their team's around. I know they're low. You have to make real quick assessments of situations and then change your tactics constantly in team fights. Right now, still looking good. I'm still full. Lux is still full. Lux can do some good damage. Their only real damage is low as shit and is going to be skittish. Nami isn't a giant threat beyond her CC. So I felt perfectly safe walking down here and pressuring Xin behind their turret. Perfectly safe. I wasn't worried at all. Looked like I still think it was the right move. Might do it in Diamond and it's horribly wrong, and then I'll stop doing it, which is fine. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Do I get the lizard buff here? I do not remember. Yay, red buff. Yay. But yeah, not top lane, not pushing, always with the team. I mean, it's an RPG, it's Final Fantasy. You want to group with your party and run around and conquer the fucking world, or kill Kefka or Sephiroth or whatever Final Fantasy we're playing. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, push and a tower. Look for every opportunity to get every hit you can in on... I mean, do it safely, and you'll literally give kills away doing it initially until, you know, you get used to watching the map and being scared while you... Like, be scared while you do it. You're calling their entire team to you when you do it, which is also a good thing to do. Because when you're applying pressure and people are focused on you, they're not focused on other things that could be going on that could be to your benefit. Zen pushing top. You notice I'm just going to walk back to the lane, I'll catch the wave, push it back a little bit, most likely teleport back and then rejoin the team. Now let's see if I do. Now let's also see if I start ranting about something completely different and then forget to show this. Still have some copper. And this is getting long-winded, so I think I'll put a pin in this video. Do I go back? Push the lane. This is my favorite point, basically right here. I do that a lot. Push it right to this point. I could keep going, but I've got no mana. Shit's going down. Do I teleport up? I do not. My team needs me, basically. And that's a long walk to the turret. And it's really only going to take one person to walk across the minimap to stop me. I mean, I can't kill them. I don't have any mana to pressure them, so. And I show up too late. Could have even gone back if I'd gone, like literally, if I'd gone back 20 seconds sooner, 15 seconds sooner. I'm not going to bother rewinding, but 10 seconds would have made a big difference there. Alright, this video fucks up in the last like 7 minutes. You can't even see who wins or loses, so... Oh, I tried to surrender. So we'll call that a video. I think I covered a couple good points there. you have any comments or questions, leave them in the YouTube video, or the Reddit comment thing that you came from, or that I'll post later. And until next time, guys, enjoy yourselves.